Aging is often viewed through a lens of decline, particularly when it comes to discussions about sexuality. As the years pass, many aspects of our physical and emotional lives change, and society often suggests that these transformations mark the end of certain pleasures, especially those tied to intimacy and sexual expression. However, one natural and deeply human experience that remains largely untouched by time is self-pleasure, or masturbation. In fact, for older adults, this intimate act can have profound and lasting impacts on both physical and emotional well-being. In this comprehensive exploration, we will delve into the surprising and transformative benefits of masturbation for older adults, challenge societal myths, and rethink how we view pleasure and self-connection in the later stages of life. Breaking the silence. The taboo of self-pleasure in later life. When we think about sexual activity and pleasure, the dominant narrative often centers on youth. For many, sexuality is something that is associated with vitality, physicality, and attractiveness, all of which are commonly thought to diminish with age. However, the reality is much more nuanced. Sexuality does not simply evaporate as we grow older, and the human body still retains its capacity for pleasure. Unfortunately, discussions surrounding older adults and sexuality often overlook this, as society has created an environment where expressions of sexual desire in later life are often viewed as taboo or inappropriate. As a result, many older individuals experience shame or confusion when it comes to their own sexuality, even though these feelings are often unwarranted. This societal silence has led to a dangerous misconception that sexual pleasure is no longer relevant or necessary for those in their later years. However, this myth fails to take into account the many ways in which masturbation and self-pleasure can contribute to an improved quality of life. The evolution of masturbation. Across a lifetime, masturbation, as an act, is not confined to any particular age or stage of life. As we grow older, the context in which we engage in self-pleasure inevitably evolves. For younger individuals, masturbation may be an exploratory or experimental activity, driven by curiosity, the desire for novelty, or a quest for validation. But as people enter the later phases of life, masturbation often takes on a more introspective and calming role. This shift is crucial because it highlights the significant emotional and physical benefits that masturbation can offer, especially as the body and mind experience the effects of aging. For older adults, masturbation becomes an act of self-care and personal empowerment. It shifts from being a means of external validation to a profound connection with oneself. The experience evolves from something that might once have been tied to performance or seeking approval to an intimate moment of joy and personal pleasure. In this context, masturbation is no longer about conforming to societal expectations or standards. It becomes an expression of self-love and self-discovery. Navigating the body's changes. How masturbation supports physical health in older age. As we age, the body inevitably undergoes various changes. For many, these changes can bring about feelings of frustration, loss, or even a sense of diminished worth. Hormonal fluctuations are one of the most significant changes, particularly the decline in estrogen for women and testosterone for men. These hormonal shifts can affect everything from libido to sexual performance, leading some to assume that the desire for intimacy fades as we grow older. However, this assumption could not be further from the truth. While it's true that sexual arousal may become less frequent or intense, it's important to recognize that the capacity for pleasure remains intact. In fact, masturbation becomes increasingly important as individuals age because it provides a controlled environment in which to explore and adapt to these changes. With age, the body may require new forms of stimulation, but the joy and pleasure derived from self-pleasure do not disappear. Masturbation provides a vital opportunity to reconnect with one's body and keep the channels of pleasure open ensuring that the individual remains physically and emotionally in tune with themselves. One of the key physical benefits of masturbation is the improvement of circulation, particularly in the genital region. The stimulation that occurs during self-pleasure promotes blood flow, which can help maintain the health and vitality of tissues that may otherwise experience atrophy with age. This, in turn, supports sexual sensitivity and overall physical function, both of which are essential for maintaining a fulfilling sex life as one ages. The power of masturbation. Emotional benefits for older adults. The physical benefits of masturbation are well documented, but the emotional advantages are just as significant, particularly for older adults navigating the emotional complexities of aging. As individuals age, they may encounter a variety of emotional challenges, including loneliness, depression, anxiety, or grief, especially following the loss of a partner. These emotional difficulties can take a toll on one's overall well-being, but masturbation can serve as a powerful tool for relief. One of the key emotional benefits of self-pleasure is the release of endorphins, the brain's natural feel-good hormones. These endorphins are responsible for creating feelings of happiness, relaxation, and calm. By engaging in masturbation, older adults can experience a natural mood lift, which can help alleviate some of the emotional burdens associated with aging. Furthermore, masturbation serves as a means of releasing built-up tension, reducing stress, and promoting a more positive outlook on life. For those who may be struggling with grief, self-pleasure provides a form of comfort and distraction. The act of self-pleasure can help individuals focus on their own well-being, offering moments of intimacy with oneself during challenging times. In this sense, masturbation becomes not only a physical release, but also an emotional reprieve, a way to soothe the soul and foster a sense of connection with oneself. The role of masturbation in maintaining autonomy and control. As people age, they often experience a loss of independence, whether due to health issues, mobility limitations, or the increasing need for assistance with daily tasks. This loss of control can lead to feelings of frustration, helplessness, and even diminished self-worth. Masturbation, however, offers an important opportunity for older adults to reclaim a sense of autonomy over their bodies. In the face of the many changes that aging brings, the ability to engage in self-pleasure is an empowering reminder that the body remains a source of strength and pleasure. Masturbation allows older individuals to assert control over one aspect of their lives, their sexuality. In a world where aging is often associated with a decline in personal agency, self-pleasure can serve as a form of resistance, offering a quiet but powerful declaration of independence. Moreover, this sense of control is linked to an increased sense of self-confidence and well-being. When individuals can maintain their ability to experience pleasure on their own terms, they are reminded of their vitality and resilience, both of which contribute to a healthier mindset and a more fulfilling life. Challenging societal myths, redefining sexuality in later life. The prevailing cultural narrative often suggests that older adults should no longer seek or engage in sexual pleasure, particularly self-pleasure. This societal myth perpetuates the idea that aging individuals are somehow less entitled to sexual joy, which can lead to feelings of shame, isolation, and guilt. It is time to dismantle these outdated notions. Masturbation, at any age, is a natural and healthy act. For older adults, it is an expression of self-respect, self-love, and personal fulfillment. Reframing the conversation about sexuality and aging allows individuals to embrace their desires without shame. By normalizing self-pleasure in later life, we can encourage older adults to feel more comfortable exploring their sexuality, embracing their bodies, and seeking pleasure without fear of judgment. Sexuality is a lifelong pursuit, and it's crucial that we shift our societal attitudes to reflect this reality. When we create spaces where older adults can talk openly about their sexuality without fear of stigma, we open the door for more fulfilling and authentic experiences of intimacy and self-connection. Emotional well-being, the power of self-connection. While the physical benefits of masturbation are well documented, the emotional advantages can be equally significant. As people grow older, they often face emotional challenges such as loneliness, depression, and feelings of loss, whether from the death of a spouse, the fading of social circles, or the increased isolation that often accompanies aging. In these moments, masturbation can provide not only physical relief, but emotional comfort. The act of self-pleasure allows individuals to experience intimacy on their own terms, offering solace and a sense of connection to their bodies in an otherwise uncertain world. This connection with oneself can be especially empowering as older individuals navigate the complexities of aging. Self-pleasure is, in many ways, an act of self-love and self-compassion, providing a sense of control over one's body and emotions. Aging can often bring a sense of powerlessness, especially as mobility declines or health issues arise. Masturbation offers a rare opportunity to take control of one's sexual needs and desires, independent of external expectations. This ability to engage with the body on one's own terms fosters a deeper sense of autonomy and self-respect, which can, in turn, have a positive impact on one's overall mental health. Additionally, the act of masturbation allows older adults to continue discovering and exploring their own sexual preferences and desires. As bodies age, they may experience changes in sensitivity, arousal patterns, and physical pleasure. Masturbation offers a space for experimentation and adaptation, allowing individuals to maintain a personal relationship with their bodies even as their physical responses shift. It serves as an intimate form of self-exploration, allowing individuals to celebrate their sexuality and retain a sense of self-identity. Reclaiming autonomy. Empowerment through masturbation. One of the most profound aspects of masturbation in later life is the way it can help older adults reclaim a sense of autonomy over their bodies. Aging can often lead to a loss of control, whether due to physical limitations, illness, or the growing need for assistance in daily activities. In a world that often prioritizes youth and vitality, masturbation can serve as a deeply personal and empowering act that reminds individuals of their ongoing capacity for pleasure and self-care. For many older adults, especially those who may experience a loss of a partner or diminished opportunities for partnered sex, masturbation becomes an important way to affirm their sexual identity and desires. Rather than relying solely on external relationships to fulfill sexual needs, masturbation allows individuals to maintain an intimate connection with themselves. This connection fosters emotional resilience as it empowers people to continue exploring and experiencing pleasure in their own terms. Moreover, masturbation provides a private space where individuals can engage in sexual pleasure without the pressure of performance, desirability, or societal judgment. In younger years, sexual encounters often come with expectations related to appearance, performance, and frequency. As people age, these pressures tend to dissipate, allowing masturbation to become a purely personal and fulfilling experience. Addressing potential pitfalls, striking a balance. While masturbation can undoubtedly offer numerous benefits to older adults, it is important to approach it with balance and mindfulness. Like any activity, excessive masturbation can lead to physical and emotional consequences. In particular, overstimulation of the genital area can lead to hypersensitivity, which may diminish sexual pleasure over time. Some older adults may find themselves needing increasingly intense stimulation to reach satisfaction, which can result in frustration and a sense of dissatisfaction. Moreover, when masturbation becomes excessive or compulsive, it can shift from being a healthy form of self-care to a way of avoiding emotional discomfort. Some individuals may use masturbation as an emotional escape, especially when feeling lonely, anxious, or depressed. While it can provide temporary relief, relying on self-pleasure as the sole means of coping can lead to increased isolation and emotional detachment. Instead of seeking comfort from family, friends, or support systems, individuals may turn inward, using masturbation as a way to avoid confronting the underlying issues causing their distress. It is crucial, then, for older adults to approach masturbation as part of a broader self-care routine. This includes maintaining social connections, engaging in physical activity, seeking emotional support, and nurturing other aspects of personal well-being. Masturbation, in moderation, should complement, not replace, these vital components of life. A holistic approach to aging ensures that individuals can continue to experience sexual pleasure while also maintaining fulfilling, supportive relationships with others. Conclusion: normalizing pleasure at any age. As we continue to redefine what it means to grow older, it is essential to embrace the idea that sexuality and pleasure do not have an expiration date. Masturbation is a natural, healthy, and empowering part of human sexuality, and it remains a valuable practice well into later life. By fostering an open dialogue about masturbation and its role in aging, we can help dismantle the stigmas that surround it and empower older adults to embrace their sexual identities with confidence and joy. Masturbation is not just about physical pleasure. It is a celebration of the body, an acknowledgement of one's ongoing capacity for self-connection, and a tool for emotional well-being. As we age, we should never lose sight of the importance of pleasure in our lives, nor should we feel shame or guilt about our natural desires. Embracing self-pleasure in later years is an act of self-care, self-compassion, and autonomy, and it plays a significant role in fostering a positive, fulfilling relationship with oneself. Ultimately, as we continue to age, we must remember that pleasure is a universal human experience, one that is not bound by age, appearance, or societal expectations. By normalizing masturbation in later life, we affirm that sexual pleasure is a lifelong pursuit, and we empower older adults to reclaim control over their bodies, their desires, and their joy. The role of masturbation in aging relationships. For older adults, intimacy plays a crucial role in their overall well-being. The need for affection, touch, and closeness remains strong, even as physical and emotional challenges associated with aging become more prominent. While masturbation is a natural and valid form of self-care, its excessive practice can create unforeseen barriers in romantic relationships. Masturbation, when practiced excessively, may inadvertently replace the desire for sexual and emotional connection with a partner, leading to a growing sense of physical and emotional distance. In intimate relationships, shared experiences and mutual affection are essential for maintaining a sense of closeness. For elderly couples, the act of engaging in physical intimacy together holds great significance. Whether it's holding hands, sharing a kiss, or engaging in sexual activity, these moments of connection contribute to a fulfilling relationship. When one partner turns to masturbation too frequently, it can detract from these shared experiences, potentially creating feelings of loneliness, neglect, or resentment. Emotional distance and relationship strain. Excessive masturbation can unintentionally shift the focus away from the emotional and physical connection between partners, leaving one individual feeling neglected. In relationships where both partners are navigating the aging process together, it is crucial to maintain a sense of companionship and affection. The act of intimacy, in all its forms, serves as a reminder that two people continue to prioritize and care for each other. However, when one partner prioritizes masturbation over these shared experiences, the result can be a weakened emotional bond. This strain may not always be immediately apparent, but over time, it can manifest as a breakdown in communication, reduced physical closeness, and a shift in emotional priorities. Partners may start to feel less valued, which can lead to frustration and resentment. When sexual intimacy becomes less of a mutual experience and more of an individual pursuit, the balance of the relationship is disrupted. The emotional closeness that once existed may begin to erode, leaving both partners feeling isolated and disconnected from one another. The psychological effects of masturbation in the elderly. Masturbation in older adults often brings with it a complex mix of emotional and psychological responses. These responses are often shaped by a lifetime of cultural and societal conditioning around sexuality. For many elderly individuals, especially those who grew up in more conservative or restrictive environments, the act of self-stimulation may carry a sense of guilt or shame. These feelings are not uncommon, as many older individuals may have been taught to suppress their sexual desires or may have internalized societal taboos about sex. The internal conflict between the pleasure of masturbation and feelings of guilt can contribute to a cycle of emotional distress. For some, this may manifest as anxiety, self-doubt, or diminished self-esteem. The inability to reconcile the natural desire for pleasure with ingrained cultural or religious beliefs can lead to a profound sense of psychological discomfort. For many elderly individuals, this internal struggle can result in emotional distress, further complicating their overall mental health. Coping with loneliness and grief. In addition to these internal struggles, some elderly individuals may turn to masturbation as a way to cope with loneliness or emotional distress. As individuals age, they may experience the loss of loved ones, friends, or even a spouse. This loss can create feelings of isolation and sadness, which may lead to an increased reliance on masturbation as a means of escape. While self-pleasure can provide temporary relief from these feelings, it is important to recognize that it cannot replace the need for social interaction, emotional support, or companionship. Masturbation in this context becomes more than just a physical act. It becomes a coping mechanism for managing negative emotions. While it can provide a brief respite from loneliness or grief, it may also prevent individuals from seeking the social connections they need to heal. Over time, this emotional withdrawal can exacerbate feelings of isolation and loneliness, leading to a vicious cycle where self-pleasure becomes the primary and sometimes the only means of emotional relief. The importance of emotional vulnerability and support. Emotional vulnerability is a crucial component of human relationships, especially as people age. For elderly individuals, the ability to share their emotions, fears, and desires with a trusted partner or friend can be incredibly healing. However, when masturbation becomes the primary method of emotional expression, it can interfere with this vulnerability. Instead of reaching out for the support of others, individuals may retreat into their own personal experiences of self-pleasure, which can prevent them from forming deeper emotional connections. This emotional detachment can have a negative impact on mental health, especially if the individual begins to feel as though they are incapable of forming meaningful relationships. Therapy or counseling can help individuals address the underlying emotional challenges that contribute to excessive masturbation. By discussing feelings of guilt, shame, or loneliness with a trained professional, elderly individuals can begin to reshape their understanding of sexuality and find healthier, more balanced approaches to meeting their emotional needs. The myth of masturbation's negative effects on aging. One of the most persistent myths surrounding masturbation in older adults is the belief that it leads to long-term physical harm or accelerates the aging process. However, research has found no credible evidence to support these claims. In fact, numerous studies have highlighted the health benefits of regular masturbation, even in older age. For example, prostate health is a significant concern for older men, with many myths suggesting that frequent masturbation can contribute to prostate cancer or other conditions. However, research shows that regular ejaculation, whether through intercourse or masturbation, can actually help maintain prostate health by clearing out potentially harmful substances. This practice has been associated with a reduced risk of prostate-related issues, dispelling the myth that masturbation is harmful to the prostate. Furthermore, masturbation does not lead to sexual dysfunction in old age, as some myths suggest. While excessive masturbation may lead to temporary discomfort or hypersensitivity, it does not cause long-term sexual dysfunction. The body is highly resilient, and with moderation, the tissues and nerves associated with sexual function generally recover without issue. Any discomfort experienced from overindulgence is typically short-term and can be resolved by reducing the frequency of the activity. Moderation and balance. Key to healthy masturbation practices. Like any other activity, masturbation should be approached in moderation. Excessive self-stimulation can lead to temporary physical consequences such as fatigue or a diminished sense of pleasure. But these effects are typically reversible with time. When practiced in moderation, masturbation can be a valuable form of self-care, offering both physical and emotional benefits. However, it is essential to recognize when it begins to interfere with other aspects of life, such as social connections, physical health, or emotional well-being. For elderly individuals, masturbation should not replace other forms of self-care, such as maintaining social connections, engaging in physical exercise, or pursuing meaningful activities. It is important to recognize the signs of over-reliance on masturbation and to seek alternative outlets for emotional expression and fulfillment. Connecting with family members, friends, or support groups can provide valuable emotional support, helping to alleviate feelings of loneliness and isolation. Finding a healthy balance in later life. Ultimately, the key to a healthy relationship with masturbation in old age lies in finding a balance. When practiced in moderation, masturbation can serve as a healthy and enjoyable way to maintain physical and emotional well-being. However, it should be part of a broader framework of self-care that includes social interaction, physical activity, and emotional support. For elderly individuals, maintaining meaningful relationships and engaging in activities that promote mental and physical health is just as important as any other aspect of self-care. By taking a holistic approach to aging and sexuality, elderly individuals can navigate the challenges of later life while continuing to embrace their bodies and their desires. It is essential to foster an environment where older adults feel comfortable exploring their sexuality without shame or guilt, while also ensuring that they maintain meaningful connections with the world around them. In conclusion, masturbation in old age, when practiced in moderation, can offer significant physical and emotional benefits. However, it is crucial to maintain balance and moderation, ensuring that it does not overshadow other important aspects of life, such as relationships, social connections, and physical health.